What's up, everybody? It's your pal Eduardo.
Jose.
What's what?
Your
And
name?
today
My name's Jaime.
Today we have our friend Jaime Baxter here, who is going to share with us a little bit about his experience in the military.
And he's a veteran.
Yep, he's a veteran.
Duh.
Duh.
Suckers.
So the first question we have for Jaime today is, or not a question, but just tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, growing up here in Calexico, I guess, you grew up, and you know your childhood, education, your family, all that smash.
Childhood was not too great. Can't complain, but I was only child raised by my grandmother. Education-wise, was decent. And then family, like I said, raised by my grandmother, and she didn't speak good English at the time.
She was speaking Spanish.
She was a total Spanish speaker. So we had like a little pact. I would teach her English, and she would teach me Spanish. So I learned a lot of bad words. I did. That's all she taught me.
It's kind of like you and your grandma. Your grandma doesn't speak English, huh?
But
Does she teach you?
sometimes she understands me when I speak English.
Yeah. Does she teach you any bad words? No.
No,
Plead the
but
fifth.
but in English she knows one.
Which one?
That's the one.
But
Duck?
okay. Alright, we're good.
That's the one that made
Your grandma. Okay. You heard it say?
Yeah.
When?
Well, hello, me.
Okay. Alright. Well, let's get to the next one. Well, I've known Jaime since junior high. We've been friends since junior high, and
Math.
it's weird that you say your grandma didn't speak any English, because I remember you would speak English most of the time.
Yeah. I wasn't really confident in my Spanish because I was like super pocho, you know what I mean? So a lot of words, I wanted to say something, and I would end up speaking Spanglish, and I'm like,
well, that's why we nicknamed him Miklo.
It almost sounds like meatloaf.
Miklo.
We should call you meatloaf.
Who's meatloaf?
It's a food.
I sound like a food? You talk to your food?
What motivated you to join the service, and how did your grandma feel about
Actually, it's kind of weird. It was kind of a challenge. Nobody wanted me to join the service, especially the Marine Corps. And for me, it was kind of like, I do what I want, right? Tell me what to do. So, because they didn't want me to join the Marines, yeah, that's why I wanted to join the Marines. And I wanted to prove that, I could be successful in whatever it is I choose to do. And because the military is so different from going to college, I was like, well, I'll just join, work out, be in shape, travel, and it's all gravy from there. So that's pretty much why I chose to.
And you said nobody really wanted you to join.
Nah, especially my grandmother and especially my dad. They said that. Well, my dad had a bad experience there, and then my grandmother said that I didn't have the temper for it. I wasn't patient. That they're mean. They watch movies and they think like it's like, oh, they're gonna punch you.
Jacket.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a movie. That doesn't. It probably did happen, but this is different. So yeah.
Yeah, we're not the 70s anymore. So you were in what branch, and are you still active?
No, I was discharged in November 10th, 2012, which is Marine Corps birthday, day before Veterans Day. And I was my first duty station was in Japan, Okinawa. And I remember I originally chose Okinawa because I had never been outside of California. I had never been, well, Mexicali doesn't count. That's like, yeah, that's cool. Never, bro. And And so for me, it was like, oh, if I'm gonna travel, then why not, travel far?
Yeah.
And then last minute, they told me that I was gonna get stationed in Pendleton. So I was like, oh, I'm not getting to go to Okinawa and go to Pendleton. So I started making plans. Like I'm gonna get a car. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And then when it was time for me to fly out to leave to my first duty station, they're like, Marine Corps changed its mind. You're going to Okinawa, Japan. So it's kind of like
Win-win.
Yeah, it was a win-win, and it was awesome. It was total culture shock, but overall, I'm thankful that I was able to be overseas. It was a really cool experience.
Cool. What type of work did you do when you were in the service?
I joined to be a food service. So I was making tacos in Japan. That's what I was doing.
So did people like it?
Yeah.
Why everyone likes tacos?
Right?
You're in Beast Boy, huh?
Beast Boy likes tacos and Mexican tacos with a little bit of sugar and spice.
Yeah.
All spice!
No, I didn't just do cooking. I also did
What about burgers? You should do burgers.
burgers too. Tortas,
Yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah, some people like it.
Right? That's what I keep saying.
Yeah,
So what else
then
did
you
you do?
should.
I worked in a rations platoon. I was a warehouse manager, and we were in charge of like all the deploying food, like the MREs and those ready to eat. So I went from being a cook to working the supply side, which was pretty cool. Like we were talking before, I don't like doing the same thing over. Like I need change. So as soon as I had the opportunity to go and do that, I jumped on it. Anything that can give me a
Different routine.
Yeah, just change a routine.
One question.
You know what question?
Yes, one kid.
That's not a question.
That's an answer. Statement.
Yeah, the one kid I know who speaks in
In
Chinese.
Chinese. Cool.
Yeah, he's in 6th.
Okay.
In 6th.
While you were in the service, did you develop strong friendships? Were these friendships significant during your time away from home? And do you still keep in touch if you did?
Yeah, I kind of do. It's harder when you're out because when you're in, it's easy because you're eventually gonna run into each other. You know what I mean?
Like kind of like being in college.
Yeah. So I remember actually one of my early memories from when I was in Japan, when I was on the 31st Mew. I was in Australia, and I ran into Rene Bucio. I ran into what's that cat's name? Robert Sanchez.
Oh, okay.
Ran into him, and then I ran into some other dude. I can't remember. I'm horrible with names. But yeah, I've ran into a bunch of people from high school here. And it's just like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah,
we're all drunk and we're walking back to ship, and I look across the street and I forgot who I saw, and I was like, it's like, oh, dude,
that's
like
crazy.
somebody I went to high school with.
In Australia.
He's like, Baxter. I'm like, he knows me. I'm famous. So it was, yeah, you never know. It's a small world, man.
Yeah.
Like, I never ran into them here, but I run into them in Australia.
In Australia, that's crazy.
But that was back in like 2002 or 2003.
So, was there somebody that like you met while in service that you can call like your best friend or like
Oh
a friend?
yeah, there's a lot of people, man. Even Japanese nationals in Okinawa. For a while, I wasn't going out with any of the Marines. There's like a lot of people were getting in trouble, and I was like, man, I'm not trying to get in trouble. They're either like underage drinking or doing other kinds of dumb stuff. So I was like, at that moment, I was like really serious about my career. I was trying to get like meritorious promotion, going on all kinds of boards and stuff. So I was like, let me hang out with the Japanese nationals, kind of soak up a little more of the culture, and I made a lot.
It's funny that you talk about the culture, because the next question I was going to ask you is what did you learn about civilians and the culture while you were on deployment?
The main thing that stuck out to me about Okinawa was a lot of the Americans would get offended when they wouldn't let you into certain establishments. It's they're racist, they don't like us because we're Americans, and then no, idiot, it's because you don't speak Japanese, you know what I mean? So that language barrier, there's too many altercations and too much drama and things that happen, so the Japanese, they just don't want to deal with it. So they'd be like, no, no, so sorry, no. They're like you can't come in here because we don't know what the heck you're saying. That's all it really was. But the Japanese, the Okinawans work, man. Like, they're hard workers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they wake up early, they leave late.
Maybe that's
I have that's why I did 6 years over there, because I have a lot of respect. Not really mainland Japan, because I didn't go over there, but the Okinawans, they're really good people, man. Really good people. I had a lot of fun there.
That's cool. That's cool. So Japan is Okinawa in Japan, right?
Yeah. If I had a chance to leave today and go over there again, I'd do it.
Seriously, Japan?
Japan.
Yeah.
And you were telling me earlier that you never saw yourself in school, but once you were in the service, you kind of like motivated you to.
Yeah, you get a lot of confidence, like in yourself and in Usually they push you to your limits, and you get stuck in a lot of situations where it's kind of like, here, this is your job. Like, especially sometimes deployments, like one of the examples, I'm a cook, but I ended up getting stuck in Oman. They said they needed a cook. Last minute, they didn't need cooks because we were going to eat at one of the dining facilities there. And of course, the military is like, well, you're not just going to sit around and not do nothing. We're going to find something for you to do. So because I had a security clearance, they made me a radio operator for the 2 weeks we were there. And I was like, I don't know anything. You better figure it out. So there's a lot of times where they just throw you to the wolves and be like, hey, you better figure it out and make it happen.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you're like, how am I going to do it? Your mind starts racing like, I don't know any of this. I don't know any of that. There's no way I'm going to do that. And then you're like, oh, this isn't that hard. It was pretty easy to learn.
Join us. Can you describe one of your most memorable experiences in the service?
I got too many.
Really?
Yeah. I think the first time getting to Okinawa, it was like culture shock. It was like something out of a horror movie because I got there during typhoon season. So it was like supposedly like in the afternoon, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was dark. There was clouds. It was windy, and I would walk like 20 steps, and the rain would be going down this way, and then walk another 20 steps, and now the rain's going down this way. I'm like, this place is bipolar. What the hell is going on over here? I'm like, I joined for this. Like, you think like Okinawa is, because they sell it to you like it's like Hawaii, it's tropical, it's nice. When I got there, it was during typhoon season, so. Well, it was like during the end of typhoon season, but there was still a lot.
But even like afterwards, is it like a place?
Yeah, it was awesome, but
it's
just funny because when I first got there, I was like, yeah, sun, the beach, no. Welcome to Okinawa.
Like, what? Bipolar rain? What the hell?
And it was like a week before Christmas, so I was away from family, away from a bunch of people that I'm about to meet for the first time. I'm brand new to the military first duty station, and there's like horrible weather.
Yeah.
And I get there, and the guy's like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm
James."
Yeah, I'm like, "I'm PFC Baxter." Like, well, just stare at me, grab your stuff, and let's go. I'm like, "All right." They're like, you know what I mean? Like they looked at me like, "Let's go, idiot." I'm like, okay.
So if you had to give any advice to any like future service members, what would you tell them?
Just go in and make it happen, man. Just believe in yourself. because whether you do or not, you know, you got to make it happen. There's no a lot of problem that I have with some of my Marines was, you know, every now and then they would get down like, oh, you know, this is going on. We haven't even, you know, had any time off. They want us to do this, and it's like, well, we can sit around and be depressed about it, or we can just do it, because at the end of the day, we're gonna do it. So either you do it like on a bad note, or you just say, you know what, we got to make it happen either way. The mission has to get completed. You know what I mean? So either you suck it up and just make it happen, or you sit there and cry about it, get yelled at, probably
still gonna do it.
Yeah, paperwork, and then I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah.
So you can always make it easy on yourself.
Yeah.
But,
So yeah, I guess like if you're gonna go into it, you know, go thinking that, you know, whatever I'm gonna have to do.
yeah, you signed a contract, you better make it happen, because that's what you're there for.
I guess yeah, that's pretty much it. And today,
It's National Pickle Day.
yeah, Jesus came here and it was National Donut Day, but today is National Pickle Day. I don't know if you like pickles.
No.
No. Okay, well, I wasn't gonna.
Why couldn't it be like National
I wasn't gonna force you to eat a pickle.
National Pan Dulce Day?
So I had to get donuts.
Oh,
So
Man,
They're pickle donuts, right?
yeah, they have pickles in them.
Yeah.
They're filled with pickles.
Nah, just kidding.
That's pickle glaze. That's pickle glaze.
This pickle, they're all the same.
He just touched all of them.
they're not even pickle.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm
You
sure.
just tasted each one, huh? Thanks, sir.
Alright. Well, I do like pickles. Screw you guys, more pickles for me. Wait, let's do it on 3.
Pickles on 3?
1, 2, 3. Mmm.
He's like, I already took a bite.
Yeah.
I don't want to smell it.
You want a pickle? No?
You're not gonna like it anytime soon.
Alright, well, we want to thank our friend Jaime for being here and sharing a little bit about his experience in the military. And we want to thank you again for your service, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service. Thank all your veterans for your service. And we have 5,000 views on our channel now. So
That's
it's
a surprise.
yeah.
And that's a surprise.
I already know that.
You already knew that? Alright. Well, yeah. Thank you for being here again, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.